In the heart of Cedar Hollow, a small town where everyone knew each other, a tragic event shattered the community's peace. This is the story of Martin Keller, a quiet, dedicated man whose life was brutally ended by those closest to him. His wife, Evelyn Keller, and her secret lover, Daniel Reed, conspired to commit a crime that has left more questions than answers. Cedar Hollow was not known for dramatic crimes. It was a town of neat lawns, local diners, and neighbors who greeted each other by name. Martin Keller was a respected school teacher and a pillar in the community. Despite his gentle demeanor, Martin's personal life harbored shadows that even he might not have fully understood. His wife, Evelyn, appeared to be the devoted partner, but beneath the surface, an illicit affair was unfolding. Daniel Reed, a charming yet enigmatic man new to town, slowly wormed his way into Evelyn's confidences. On a chilly autumn evening, a series of events would lead to an act of unspeakable violence. Neighbors later recalled that the Keller home seemed oddly quiet that night. According to local accounts, Martin had been working late on school projects, unaware of the storm brewing at home. Evelyn had made excuses for her absence, claiming to be at a friend's house. In reality, she was with Daniel at a secluded lakeside cabin, a rendezvous that would change everything. The precise timeline of that night remains one of Cedar Hollow's enduring mysteries. Some witnesses later reported hearing muffled sounds and hushed voices near the Keller residence, but no one could say for sure what they had heard. What's undeniable is that when Martin returned home unexpectedly, he was met not with the warm embrace of a loved one, but with betrayal and violence. Eyewitnesses later recounted the gruesome scene: Martin, lying in the foyer, his life extinguished in an act of cold calculation. Initial investigations suggested that he was ambushed, his trust exploited by those he held dear. Forensics would later reveal signs of a struggle and evidence that pointed to premeditation. Yet, despite the evidence, many details remained elusive. Local law enforcement discovered that the murder weapon, a knife with traces of both Martin's blood and an unknown substance, had been wiped clean of fingerprints. The meticulousness of the act hinted at an inside job, but it wasn't until a hidden letter was found among Martin's personal effects that suspicions began to coalesce. The letter, filled with cryptic references and pleas for forgiveness, suggested that Martin had long suspected a fracture in his marriage. Was he aware of the affair? And if so, had he confronted Evelyn about it that very night? The investigation unearthed several unsolved truths that deepened the mystery. For one, no clear motive ever emerged that could explain why Evelyn and Daniel would risk everything for a secret liaison. Financial records revealed minor irregularities in their accounts, but nothing conclusive enough to suggest a profit-driven motive. Was this merely a crime of passion, or was there something more sinister at play? A perplexing twist came to light when investigators discovered that Daniel had a shadowed past, a series of unresolved incidents in another small town, where his involvement in a similar crime had been mysteriously dismissed. This connection raised more questions. Was Daniel seeking to recreate a pattern, or was he driven by forces unknown even to himself? Meanwhile, Evelyn's background, marked by a history of quiet discontent and hidden resentments, painted a picture of a woman caught between duty and desire. Interviews with longtime friends revealed that she had often expressed regret about choices she felt forced to make in a rigid, judgmental society. As the trial began to take shape, evidence suggested a twist that no one saw coming. A confidential informant, a close friend of Evelyn, allegedly came forward with information that hinted at a possible double-cross. According to whispered accounts, Evelyn had been negotiating with Daniel behind Martin's back, not merely to maintain a secret affair, but to secure a life of wealth and escape. The plan, however, may have spiraled out of control. In a surprising turn, some suspect that Daniel, sensing an opportunity to further his own ambitions, may have intended to eliminate both Martin and Evelyn once his own backstory was leveraged. Yet, the final decision was left in Evelyn's hands that fateful night. At its core, this case is not just about the mechanics of a well-planned murder, it's about the raw, devastating consequences of betrayal. Interviews with family members describe Martin as a man of integrity, whose dreams were simple and whose heart was open. His untimely death sent shockwaves through Cedar Hollow, leaving a community grappling with grief and a lingering sense of betrayal. Evelyn, once seen as a loving wife, was transformed in public memory into a symbol of treachery and shattered vows. The emotional aftermath has been profound: sleepless nights, tearful confessions from friends who never expected such treachery, and a town forever changed by one tragic event. Despite a lengthy trial and mounting evidence, key questions remain unanswered. How deep did Evelyn's discontent truly run? Was Daniel merely an opportunist, or was he the mastermind manipulating a desperate situation? And most hauntingly, what was in the symbol of treachery and shattered vows? The emotional aftermath has been profound: sleepless nights, tearful confessions from friends who never expected such treachery, and a town forever changed by one tragic event. Despite a lengthy trial and mounting evidence, key questions remain unanswered. How deep did Evelyn's discontent truly run? Was Daniel merely an opportunist, or was he the mastermind manipulating a desperate situation? And most hauntingly, what was in the mysterious letter that Martin left behind, a letter that could hold the secret to his final moments? These unresolved clues have given rise to numerous theories, fueling debates among amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike. Some locals still claim to hear Martin's voice in the wind, a spectral reminder of the life that was stolen by those he loved most. The murder of Martin Keller by his wife Evelyn and her secret lover Daniel remains one of Cedar Hollow's most perplexing cases. It is a story that combines the heartbreak of a broken family, the intrigue of a hidden affair, and the enigma of unsolved truths. As the community continues to search for closure, the unanswered questions and the chilling twists of this case serve as a reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind even the most unassuming facades. This is not just a tale of a crime committed in a quiet town, it is a stark exploration of betrayal, ambition, and the irreversible impact of choices made in the shadows. The whispers of Cedar Hollow will continue to echo with the secrets of that fateful night, urging us to remember that sometimes the most profound mysteries are those that cut the deepest into the human heart.